You just may have the solution to the problem of this world if only you stop overthinking. Overthinking is stealing your time, it's stealing your dreams, your purpose, and even your ability to do things. You just need to stop overthinking. So if you have goals, dreams, ideas, things that you want to work on, but you somehow find yourself stuck in your head, don't worry, Toby to the rescue. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to deal with overthinking, how to start taking actions, and make sure that overthinking is not the enemy and is not the obstacle stopping you from winning in this year. Sit back, relax, and get a glass of your favorite drink. Let's get into today's video. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Toby Achidume, and here on this channel we talk about topics, tips and tricks that help us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. We're looking at personal development, faith, and productivity. Today we're going to be looking at overthinking, how it is stopping you from doing the things that you need to do, and giving practical steps, tips that's going to help you to stop overthinking if you even start this journey today. This video is divided into 3 parts. In part 1, we're going to be defining and understanding what overthinking is. In part 2, we're going to be seeing how it affects us and why it is a challenge for us. And in part 3, we're going to be looking at how to overcome overthinking. If you're interested in this video, then I advise that you sit down, relax, and do not get distracted. Let's get into dealing with the problem of overthinking. So what is overthinking? Overthinking is when you replay a thought over and over and over again in your head. You're trying to make it make sense. You're trying to make it make more sense. You're trying to understand why it is making the sense that it is making or how it is making the sense that it is making. It involves thinking about a topic, a situation over and over again to the point where you are now justifying your inaction on this topic. Overthinking is overanalyzing a topic, a situation, to the point that you are now so overwhelmed by it that you feel like the best action to take is to do nothing. When you involve or when you engage with overthinking, you make it difficult for you to take any other action or any other step apart from overthinking because your mind is consumed by the same thought and over the same topic on the same thought, which is why you're not going to do what you need to do. Research shows that overthinking is associated with stress disorder, anxiety, and post-traumatic disorder, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Yes. And so what we often tell ourselves is that when you're overthinking on something, you are making it clearer or you're making it easier for you to follow with the action, but that is not the case. The problem is that you might convince yourself when it comes to overthinking on things that you overthinking on an issue or a thought is going to help you to do better, take better action, be clearer on what it is that you want to do, or develop the best solution. In actual sense, this is not what happens. In fact, what overthinking does is that it delays your action and makes it difficult for you to even take the action that you need to take. With overthinking, you have less time to take actual actions that you need to take because you've exhausted your energy on overthinking on the thought. It's kind of like when you're thinking too much on a particular subject, it is actually you overthinking on a particular subject and trying to come up with a solution, and every way that you think about it, what you just see is how difficult that solution is going to be. That is exactly what overthinking does. But instead of you coming up with a positive response, you're exhausted from thinking on the negative part, and you think the best thing for you to do is to give up. I promise you the best thing is not to give up, but to stop overthinking and take the action. So that is what overthinking is and what it means for us going forward with our goals, dreams, and aspirations in life. Now, why do we do it and how is it affecting us? The root cause of this habit is usually stress and worry. You're worried about the solution that you're going to come up with. You're worried about the result or the possibility of you even going to being able to do exactly what it is that you say you want to do. You're stressed about it, and so you think that what is going to reduce the dilemma that you have found yourself in is that you overthink of what it is that you're doing. And I promise you I am talking from experience. So I recently just launched my Bible study guide, The Gospel According to the Book of Luke, and trust me when I say in the process of that I overthought a lot about it. I thought about why I was going to be the one to write the Bible study guide. I thought about what it was going to mean, what influence you have to be able to even put something out like this. I overthought every single process until it got to the point where I just told myself overthinking is not going to get the job done. I'm only going to continue to discourage myself from doing what I need to do. And so I decided that overthinking is not the way forward. the way forward is to take the action that I know I'm supposed to be taking. And that is what I did, which is why we have a Bible study guide now available on Amazon. Another reason why we overthink a lot is that we are striving for perfection, but perfection is the biggest enemy of progress. If you want to progress in life and you're expecting perfection, it's not going to work. Why? Because you don't start anything off perfect. Anybody that is great at anything that they are doing today, their first step wasn't perfect. Trust me, I know. You see my YouTube videos now looking the way they are looking. It's not even the best at the point right now. But if you go back to my first few videos, you're going to have seen the difference that has occurred in the journey of creating content on YouTube. So starting something off perfect never happens. You want to make sure that you're striving for perfection is not the reason why you are not doing what you need to do. And that is why it also encourages overthinking. Because you want it to be a perfectly done job, you overthink the process and stop yourself from doing it. Another thing is past experiences. Overthinking then becomes a response, it becomes a traumatic response to situations or experiences that you have had before. So say you tried something and you failed at it. Because you want to try something new, you are overthinking the process because you think again that you're going to fail at it because you failed before. Journeys are different. You're a different person. You're not starting off the way you started off the last business. You're starting off better and more matured, hopefully with more knowledge and skill for what you want to embark on right now. So do not let that again make you to fall into the trap of overthinking. The last reason I'm going to share as why we overthink is you have low self-esteem. And low self-esteem is terrible for you to have at this point in 2025 because you are going to limit yourself in ways that you do not even know exist if you have low self-esteem. If you are going to achieve anything in life, you cannot have low self-esteem about yourself. Do not undervalue yourself because you're thinking of something. I said it as many times as I can. You're thinking of an idea, you're thinking about it because you can either build the capacity or skill to do it, or you already know how to do it and you just need to push yourself to take the first step. So do not undervalue yourself. Do not think low of yourself. Instead, you want to think that you are able to do what you have thought about because you can do it. Part 3, how do we stop overthinking? Number 1 is that you want to identify why you overthink. And I started this video by sharing with us why we overthink. So maybe just rewind a little bit to just hear it again if you were not paying attention so that you can identify why you are overthinking. If you're going to find a solution to a problem, you want to first identify the problem and why that problem is a problem. So why are you overthinking? Are you overthinking because you're striving for perfection? Is it a traumatic response? Or are you overthinking because you're afraid of failing? What is the reason for your overthinking? Answer that question honestly and hopefully as well. Number 2, challenge your thoughts. So after point 1, after the first step of identify why you overthink, every other step is kind of easy to do and to follow. And challenging your thoughts, your negative thoughts, is something that I'm going to say. One thing that we do as humans is that we assume that every thought that we have is good. And so even the negative thoughts, we assume that it is for our own good. This is not the case all the time because sometimes your negative thoughts come as a way to protect you from doing what you need to do just because you're pushing yourself. You're always going to be in a state of wanting to protect yourself. That's how your mind works, to protect you. And even if that involves stopping you from doing what is going to, in the end, help you, it is going to do that. So assuming that all the thoughts that you have is good is very risky because negative thoughts that stops you from doing what you need to do that would increase your goodness in future are thoughts that you need to challenge. So if you're overthinking a process of starting something new, you want to ask yourself, why am I overthinking this? What is the problem? If it is a thought of you failing at it, why not ask yourself, why do I think I'm going to fail? Why don't I think I'm going to succeed at it? People have done this before and they have succeeded. Why do I think I'm going to be the negative one and fail at it? Challenge your thoughts. Do not just take it hook, line, and sinker and assume that, yes, if I think this, then it's great. If it's a negative thought, you definitely need to be challenging your thoughts. So you need to be more faithful rather than fearful about the things that you need to do, because clearly stated in the Bible, God has not given us the spirit of fear but of sound mind. So you have mind to challenge what you are supposed to challenge. So do not assume that because you thought it is good, it is not good if it is from a place of fear. More faith, less fear. In fact, no fear. Number 3 is self-development. So research has shown that improving your interpersonal skills can help stop you from overthinking because you involve in personal development exercises that improves your skill. So if you're intentional about being a better human, being a better version of yourself, then you build confidence in yourself and in your abilities that you don't even have time to overthink on something. You have gotten to the point where you know that the skills and the abilities that you have and you need to do what you need to do, you already have. So it limits what overthinking can do over whatever it is that you want to do. So exercises like improving your self-development, your personal development, so reading more books, upping your skills, upping your capacity or your abilities, you being more involved in activities or relational activities that would help you to build more confidence and trust in yourself, and even just being more self-aware is going to greatly help you to limit overthinking. Number 4 is the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins explains this as you counting down from 5 to 0 for you to take an action. So say you want to do dishes in the kitchen and you're thinking, should I do it now or should I wait? Count from 5 to 0 and then just get up and do the dishes. But I would say that you can even implement this in other aspects of you. Now, you don't necessarily have to count from 5 to 0. What you could do is create a plan of action that you can take towards you doing the thing that you need to do. So say, for example, like with me, you want to start writing a Bible study guide. What you need to do, instead of counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you start writing, is you probably want to do your research. What do I need to do? What do I need to know? How do I go about it? What are my options of publishing? Do I want to publish by myself? Do I want to approach publishers? Do I want to? So those are questions that you want to ask yourself and start to implement on them. So that's your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then action. Instead of just sitting back and overthinking the process. The time that you're spending on overthinking, you can use it to actually create a plan and start taking action. So the 5-second rule means that you're taking action today. Whatever that action means, take it right now. Number 5 is understanding that progress is over perfection. I said this earlier, that perfection is the enemy of progress, because when you expect to do things in a perfect way, you're not going to progress. You're going to be on that particular spot, assuming or attempting to get perfection, which you would not get if you're not taking action. You only get to perfect if you're taking action, not the other way around. So be intentional about working towards progress rather than working towards getting a perfectly done job before you start at all. So I hope that in this video you have been able to understand what overthinking is, see how it affects you in a negative way, and then see how you can overcome overthinking and start taking action today. Please let me know in the comment section if it helped you. Share with me what is the action that you're going to start taking today towards the goal that you have set for yourself. Let's hear it in the comment section. I love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till next time, bye.